Coming to you live from rehab. This is the franchise with your host, Daniel Ehrenberg. And over there, your better host, Logan Adair. Logan, how
Not
are you?
true. I'm okay. But the better question is, how are you?
Well,
You got a soul patch going, I can see.
it's not really meant to be one.
Oh, it
It's
actually looks
even,
like one.
yeah, it's even with the rest, but when there's a shadow when I
Yeah.
feel it. Yeah, yeah.
I thought you might actually be working on one.
Absolutely not. I would never do that. That's disgusting.
Even at your lowest lows, you really wouldn't do it. This is
No
proof
way.
positive. Daniel would
Yeah,
never do the soul patch.
yeah. So every day's a nightmare. I hate it here so much.
Do you really? It's not a
Oh
pleasant place.
no, no, rehab's a scam, dude. Like,
Come on.
no, I'm serious. I watched an episode of John Oliver about how it's a money making scheme, like a
Wow.
year or two ago, and it really is. It's fucking terrible. It's
Hmm.
they feed you a couple times a day. It's horrible food,
A couple
inedible.
meaning two?
No, no, three.
Okay.
Sorry, a few.
Thank you.
Um, and
Are they nice people that work there?
they're fine. They're pleasant. They don't know anything. They don't have any wisdom to dispense. They
Like,
mostly just feed you pills all day.
right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Um, my stomach hurts all the time. I'm tired constantly. I have a roommate who's a 45-year-old construction worker who lost his family business. I have I I haven't spoken to another human being other than him in a week. I have nothing in common with anybody here.
Mm.
Um, they force you to attend four classes a day, 90 minutes each, and they freak out if you don't go. And they're
You
all
get to pick which ones?
no, no, no. They're just like the four classes they
Oh
offer.
shit.
Yeah, and they it's usually either you're watching a movie, um,
Well, you love
or
that.
yeah, but so far they've shown me shit I've seen before. We watched
Oh,
Beautiful
how are they going to show
Boy.
you something you haven't seen?
Come on. They show me Beautiful Boy with
Oh,
Timothy Chalamet. They're all like bullshit, like alcohol movies. Clean and Sober with Michael Keaton, and which is about rehab. And it's like, see, fantasy rehab's good, but imagine if you were there.
what do they show
And
you? Like Unsane.
yeah,
One
they
flew
showed
over the
us.
cuckoo's
They
nest.
showed us Inside Out. They
Oh, that's
announced
good.
they're going to show us Inside Out 2,
Ooh, are
which
you like,
I
I gotta cover it on the
studiously I
franchise. I'm not
yeah
watching it.
I did. I skipped the class.
Oh, you already did skipped it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how
And if
you
you
know they freak out when you skip classes.
That's right. They freak out and at like but like I'm not getting anything from the classes. They're just like taking my day up. And
But that's
every
good. It's making you
every
not
day
drink. That's what
every
the
day
purpose is.
it's just being here is keeping you not drinking. I'm trapped. It's like a
Would
prison.
you rather do
I,
nothing though? What do
I'd
you want to
rather
do? Be reading or something?
yeah.
You don't have a library?
I have books. I could be in my
Oh,
room reading, but you have to be in the classes. And
that's kind of dumb.
and then there's a town hall meeting every day, um, where nothing much happens, and then at the end you're forced to stand in a circle and recite the Our Father, even though I'm a
Whoa,
Jewish atheist.
that's
Uh,
nuts.
but now I know the Our Father by heart, Logan.
What would happen if you refuse?
I'm sure it would be fine, but like, what? I'm going to be the one guy,
Yeah.
you know? It's like when I was in high school, uh, I during like the war in Iraq when we would pledge allegiance to the
You took a
flag,
knee?
Logan. Yeah,
No, you were the first
yeah,
guy to take a knee during the pledge.
yeah, and I looked like a loser.
And then Colin Kaepernick did it, and you felt
That's
so
right.
justified in your
I did.
actions.
I was a huge defender of Colin Kaepernick because I completely
Good for
agree
you.
with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, uh,
you're on the right side of history.
I am on the right side of
You're not
history.
making friends wearing cool shirts like that. They're not like bonding over like, oh, I'm a Bret the Hitman Hart fan.
This is the first time wearing this shirt. I'll let you know if that happens. But I wore my kid's shirt 2 days in a row. That movie,
That's not gonna
A-
make friends.
and nobody said it's a thing.
They might not know. That's sort of a deep cut reference.
Yeah, I
They might not
guess,
know what that
but
is.
I was sort of testing the waters. Like maybe there's a movie nerd in here. Nope.
Well, that's a very specific movie nerd. Wear
Here's
like a
another.
Back to the Future shirt.
Here's another thing. God forbid you want a snack or a soda. All
Yeah.
right, when the cafeteria is not open, you have to load your own money onto a gift card, a rehab gift card,
Yeah.
and go into this little shop, and you could buy a little something using your own money, even though I'm already paying to be here.
Damn. That's tough.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that.
so that's my life right now.
How
I'm on
much
about 2 hours of sleep. Uh,
how many more days? Like 25?
yeah, something like that.
What's the end date?
I don't know what the end date is. It's 30 days. Today's day 8.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So these will be the rehab episodes of the franchise. I'll be here for a few weeks. We're gonna at least do this and
Angel.
Buffy's Angels. I'd like to maybe get back to Survivor too, because I don't want, you got me hyped that like we were on track.
Yeah, if we lose track, I'm not sure we'll be able to catch back up. I'm
I
thinking
know.
I'm thinking we could do one episode a month if we do lose track, because that would be okay. Like just cover the whole
Okay.
season. Like talk about the
Oh,
season once a
okay.
month.
Well,
Like season
maybe next
43
week.
next month. Or we
Maybe
could
next
we
week
could
let's
finish
get back
43.
to it. I'd like to get back. I mean, I got nothing else going on.
We also haven't done a Hey I'm Watching here in a while. We could maybe do that.
Yeah. I mean, let's see how this goes. I'm half expecting somebody to like come out here and be like, "You need your meds. Go inside."
You think that'll happen, really?
It has happened. Last night I'm in bed already, ready to go to sleep, and then they have someone come into my room, smack my bed. Hey, you got to take your We need your vitals. Then I go
Yeah.
out there. There's a line. At least wait to get
Yeah.
me out of bed when there's no line.
Yo, seriously, what's wrong with them? That was a horrible move.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fully agree with you. I'm
All
sorry
right,
about that.
all right. We're talking. Hey, let's be in a better mood. It's Mummy Monday.
Mommy Monday. We'll
Yeah,
record all these on Mondays. I think
yeah.
that'll be the plan.
That's the plan. And hey, we're gonna get to the Stephen Summers ones that you care about, but we've got to wade through some Universal monster stuff. Okay.
Luckily, these are an hour long.
Yeah, almost all of them. Like the fucking these two were like 73 minutes and 67 minutes, and they're the longest ones.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well, I didn't like these that much though.
The first one, it was fun. Like Boris Karloff's there. You get to see what that was like. But the I used to own it on VHS actually. I think I only ever watched it like one time.
Mm.
But
They're
and
too similar.
the second one was boring.
Pretty boring. I thought it was
Pretty.
kind of scarier though, honestly.
It was funnier. I really liked that fella Babe.
Ooh, I don't know if I liked Babe so much.
Oh, really?
When he
All
got
right,
toward
we're
the end, I
gonna.
was like, he might be my LVP.
Are you kidding me? He's my MVP with a bullet.
Wow. MVB, most valuable babe.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
a
yeah.
Tim
He's
Bill.
like well, that was Balls. That was from the show Gray Balls that we
No,
used to do.
that's a real he does a most valuable bird. That was like a Harry Potter thing he used to
Oh
do
yeah.
for the Real Weird Sisters.
God. Hey Tim, how's it going? You've been camping all weekend. We haven't been
Yeah,
in
you
touch.
won't hear this for a few days.
Yeah. All right. So this first Mummy movie. You ready?
Hmm. By the way, I'm wearing my Kevin Durant Supersonic shirt in honor of the Oklahoma City Thunder, who just won a championship last night. Shout out to those guys. I didn't want them to win, but
Yeah,
they
don't
did.
shout out the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're a disgusting team. They flop all over the court. The
Whoa,
the,
that's
the
new.
Pacers should have won.
Well, we don't have to get into it.
All right. Um, all right. So here's what happened with the Mummy. You ready?
I'm ready.
In 1922, they opened Tutankhamun's tomb. All
What?
right. I think that's King Tut.
That sounds no. He's like. Let me look
Is
it
that
up.
a different person?
I think that might be a different person. Let me look it up.
Okay. Um, so, but
Oh
that
no,
was,
you're right.
I am right.
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun.
Okay. Also known as Tutankhaten. That's why I was getting it
Oh,
confused
wow.
earlier
I
in his
guess.
life. Weird.
I remember my friend Josh in high school, his nickname was King Tut. I don't really remember why.
I wish you remembered why.
Me too. Josh, get back to me. Why were you called that for a while?
Who is this? Josh Merlis?
Yeah, yeah,
Let us know.
yeah. All right. So Tutankhamun's tomb opened in 1922. It was big news. All right. We didn't know there was nothing going on back then.
Literally nothing.
So
You
like
like
we
went
really
outside and
cared
played
about
with
that.
ants.
So we were just like, all right, what's in King Tut's tomb? King Tut, great.
But it was nothing. Geraldo Rivera tricked us.
Good reference.
Like,
All right, but it was big news. So Carl Lamley Jr., who was posted up at Universal at the time,
mhm.
he decided to greenlight an Egyptian-themed horror film. All right, they Dracula and Frankenstein had done well,
Right.
and so he was like, let's do one like King Tut. What if King Tut rose up and murdered people?
Awesome idea. Isn't Boris Karloff one of those other guys too?
Yeah, he played Frankenstein.
If I had to guess. Well, it's Monster, obviously. You know that
Well,
whole
of course, of course, of course.
right.
I can't stand that.
Yeah, I
Listen,
know.
if I say Frankenstein, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, he is the monster.
All right.
Bela Lugosi was Dracula, right?
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Well, I assume they're all dead, right?
No, I know, but that was a song in the '80s. Bela Lugosi's dead.
Oh, he's the one in Ed Wood, right? Martin Landau is playing Bela Lugosi.
Maybe.
I
Been
want
a
to
while
say
since I've
so.
seen Ed Wood.
You got to watch it again. It's so good.
I know. I know. I will. All right. So they get going on this movie. Our the guy we get to write is John L. Balderson. He had
Okay.
written a play based on Bram Stoker's Dracula that they used as the basis for the Dracula movie.
All right.
So they were like, "You probably could do
He's the J.J. Abrams of their time. They're like, you did Star Trek, now
it."
do Star Wars.
Right, exactly.
Pretty cool.
All right, and they get a guy to direct it named Carl Freund. All right, now he's fascinating.
Okay. Carl with a
All right,
K.
Carl with a K. He most of his career he was a DP, a cinematographer. He was the DP on Dracula. That's how he got this gig. But he was also the DP on Metropolis.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, and Key Largo and like a bunch of shit. He was also, I think, the DP on I Love Lucy in the 50s.
for all of it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know for how much, but
That's amazing.
yeah. Um, but listen to this. He 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 uh he left his wife in
Hmm.
Germany to come to America to make movies. All right. And his daughter was over there with the ex-wife. Um, and then the Holocaust happens, Logan.
Right.
All right. The ex-wife killed in a concentration camp. All right.
Yeah.
Carl Freund travels back to Germany, saves his daughter from
Wow.
the Holocaust, brings her back to America with him. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Billy
This guy's a
Wilder
hero.
has a similar story. He tried to save his mom from the Holocaust, but she didn't listen to him, and so she
What?
died.
She was like, ah, it's fine over here.
She was like, I don't really believe it was like right at the beginning. He left and
No.
she was like, I don't believe it's gonna get that bad. Cut to her
Honestly,
being dead.
like right now in America, you could really see how that could be a thing.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very sad.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you don't have to worry about that. You're off. Like you don't even you're not
What do you
really
mean?
you don't have to think about the world for the next few days.
I'm thinking about the world. Are you kidding me?
You're all
I'm
getting
worried.
news and stuff.
WWE, they got a pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia next week, and I'm worried the whole roster is gonna get wiped out.
That's your fear?
Yeah,
That would suck.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to watch AEW.
No. I think we'll push through.
We will.
I think so.
Who's gonna be the top
We're not
star if
scared of
everybody
anybody.
dies? Who are we gonna
We're
leave
not.
behind?
No one can take down Roman.
Well,
He's like
Cody.
cockroaches. He'll survive the atomic bombs.
That's true. We've got plenty of Samoans.
Yeah. His bloodline.
Yeah. All right. Um, so they make this movie.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, yeah. Listen to the makeup process from this movie. I read this. Boris Karloff would get there at 11 a.m. for makeup.
Yeah.
Okay. They would have to work on him until 7 p.m.
Jeez.
That's when they'd start shooting.
Jeez.
All right. He's got to sit there in makeup for 8 hours. And then they shoot from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. All right.
Okay.
Then at 2 a.m., they go through the process of getting the makeup off, which lasts until 4 a.m.
And then he sleeps and comes
And
back.
then he sleeps and comes back at 11 a.m.
They gotta really try to like, we're shooting all your scenes in 1 week, Boris. Like, we just come in for 7 days. That's it.
It probably did. How long are these movies? It's like an
Yeah, I don't
hour and
know.
10 minutes. Like, what? How long did it take to shoot?
I don't know. Probably short, but I assume that
Yeah,
they really scheduled his stuff out specifically that way.
I would think
That's
so.
crazy.
But he's in a lot of the movie.
Yeah.
Talking like this.
And you can tell sort of it's him under the bandages. Like you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
his face through the thing. It's really cool.
It'd be CGI now.
I know. You really have to appreciate what they did. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'd bump it up a whole star because of that.
Movies used to mean something.
I know. I know. So
All right.
stupid.
I know. All right. This came out December 22nd, 1932, on a budget of $196,000.
Whoa.
It was a modest hit, I'm told. We don't know how much it made exactly. But it was not in the top 10 of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to procure a top 10 list for 1932. Number one movie of the year, by the way, The Sign of the Cross,
Oh wow.
which I don't even know. I guess it's a religious movie.
If I had to guess.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But I bet you I know some lines from it. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth
That's
as
what
it
you
is in
have to
heaven.
do.
Give us this day our daily bread. Well, we hold hands.
I can't believe that they do. That's the craziest thing you've told me so far, that they
Yeah.
make you guys do that.
Mm-hmm.
That could like force somebody to go like off the deep end even more, I think.
Oh,
If
I
they're not
don't
religious, but they're having
I
those
don't
they're
feel any
religious.
desire to stop drinking.
You really
I'm
don't? You
just
don't think this is working at all? That's not
no.
good.
Yeah, I know. I'm hopeful that it's such an interminable 30 days that when I
You
get
don't want to
out,
come back.
I'm just like I can't go back there, so I can't drink.
That could be a good strategy for them.
It could listen. The first time around, I woke up from a blackout in a hospital. They put me in a psych ward for 3 days because I said I wanted to kill myself, and
You didn't kill yourself, so it worked.
it was like the worst 3 days of my life. And I honestly think like in the early goings of that run of sobriety, like I just thought about that every time I wanted to drink. I was just like, I don't want to be there.
Maybe that is the thinking behind it.
Yeah.
But the other thinking could be like, well, next time I will just kill myself rather than go in there.
Well, yeah.
That could be the alternative, which is dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're playing with fire over there
Yeah.
in Las
Oh,
Vegas.
these pigeons found something.
I
All
hear a
right.
little chirping out
Yeah.
in the background.
Yes, good morning. It's 6:25 a.m. here. All right, so let's talk about this first Mummy movie.
Mm-hmm. Where was
Talk to me
Brendan
about
Fraser?
it.
It's a lot. It's very similar to the old ones. You had a mummy guy in love with a woman It's literally the Anaxinamun from the like the same name from the old.
Anoxinamun. Anoxinamun. I
Ano-
love the way Boris Karloff says that
You're saying
name.
Anaxinamun.
Wait, what's the name? What it has it?
And I don't know how it's spelled. I feel like they're saying it
No.
more how it's spelled. But in the Summers ones, it's said like Anaxinamun.
All right. Well, that's not how.
Anaxinamun.
No, in this one they say, wait, let me find it.
It's like onks.
Anoxinamun.
Yeah. It's like
Anoxinamun.
the reverse. It's like the opposite way.
Yeah, they say that name like a million times this movie. It's probably the most used line of dialogue.
Yeah. That made me feel at
Karloff.
home though a little bit.
Okay, good. I did think the lady who was supposed to be the reincarnated Anoxinamun was pretty good.
She's playing Helen Grosvenor, Zeta J Johan,
Yeah,
Johan.
yeah,
I think the
yeah,
women the women in both the movies are good. You could argue the women are the
yeah,
MVP of both the movies.
yeah, kind of. Women back then in these movies, they were it's interesting to see them. The dudes are mostly terrible with the acting.
You think so?
Well, because it's that old style. I mean, look, they made like artistic films back then too, but like these movies were made to be shown in like double features. Like that's why they're so short. That
Good
like
call.
people would go to the movies, they'd watch like a movie and then like a cartoon between the movies and like maybe a newsreel and then another movie.
Is that why they're called B movies? Because they were literally like there's like the A movie and then the second
Oh,
movie, which is called the
you
B.
might be right
I
about that.
I think
I
that's
never
why it's
thought
called the
about it.
B movie.
It's like the B side of a record.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Um, but it's fine. It was atmospheric.
Yeah, I got the job done. If you want some little bit of old timey spooks,
What my
you know
LVP was? There's
what?
early on in the movie, they find the mummy,
I see the
right?
pigeon behind you. Just walked by you.
Oh,
Oh, it's
there's
right
tons
behind
of
you.
them in front of me. I like this. Um, the I'm sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground
You
right
should
now.
bring bread next episode.
Okay. Where am I gonna get bread? The fucking store on my gift card?
Oh shit! Damn it. Yeah, good call. But you could get the like put bread on your head, get the birds to come, or get like a bird feeder helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'd be really cool.
If anyone wants to send me one, I'm
Like
here
Spencer
to.
Pratt, doesn't he like feed hummingbirds on his head?
Yes, he does.
That's a weird thing that he does.
Yeah, yeah. Spencer Pratt, he loves hummingbirds and crystals
And his wife
and his wife.
been together for 20 years.
Yeah, people doubted him. I've watched The Hills. None of those other couples lasted. I don't see LC
Really?
with the same guy that she was with back then.
Yeah. And now they
All
have a
right.
baby.
Whitney Port's been divorced. Spencer and Heidi still together.
I think they've like done some splitting up and getting back together, but they
No,
still found
no,
each other. No, they never did that.
I don't believe so.
Okay. I think I'm just thinking maybe marriage boot camp. They went on marriage boot camp. I thought
Oh,
things were
yeah.
rocky for a
That was
bit.
a great season.
It's the only one I saw.
Well, because Tyson was on it, right?
And Jeff Schroeder, Jeff and Jordan.
Oh, that's right. That was before I knew them.
Eggsy
I,
up.
I was introduced to Big Jeff and the Great Jordan through uh Celebrity Marriage Boot Camp reality stars.
Do you know who else was on there? Another big star.
Who?
The Situation. Mike Sorrentino from
That's right.
Jersey
I
Shore.
never watched Jersey Shore either.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
I
I forgot
got
about that.
yeah.
Gotta check it
Uh,
out.
people tell me that.
It's good. The first 5 seasons.
Well, only around 6 seasons, right? But then they did like a bunch of like bonus seasons.
I just remember they were in New Jersey season one, then they went to Miami, then back to Jersey, then Italy, and that's a
Right.
crazy season. And then I think they went back to Jersey for season five. I can't remember past that, but
Okay.
I love the Jersey Shore. Great show.
Okay.
Jers Days. It used to come on Thursdays, and they would call it
Oh
Jers
my
Days.
God.
So funny.
That's hilarious. Um, all right. So anyway, they find the mummy,
Oh
and
yeah,
they're like,
Imhotep.
let's should we open this thing?
And of course they
What do you
do, or there'd
what do
be
you
no
think?
movie.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like there's like a dude and his son that are working on the mummy. They don't want to open it. They're smart. Then they go out to like eat or something, and they leave behind this blonde guy, and the blonde guy,
He just starts saying the ritual.
yeah, it's true. And he could have. I wonder. He's translating it. If he just done it in his head,
Hmm.
none of this would have
Doesn't that
happened.
happen like in the Evil Dead though?
Probably, but
I think like in the remake, the guy's
Evil.
like, and they're like, and then the thing came to life, and it's like, come on, just read it in your head.
Yeah. So he reads it out loud, whispering as he goes, like somebody who mouths when he's reading a book. Like,
I just got into reading. That's how I read.
yeah. What are you reading?
I read The Witness for the Prosecution and Other Stories.
What?
It's Agatha Christie. It's like some short stories by
Is it
Agatha
good?
Christie.
Did you
I
like it?
checked it out. Yeah, because I was like, it's a movie that I've never seen. There's a movie from it that
I
I've
know
never
I've seen
seen.
it.
So I was like, well, I'll read it and then one day I'll watch the movie. So I read it
Okay.
and then one day I'll watch the movie.
Okay.
It was pretty cool though. But there's
Interesting.
like 10 more short stories in the thing I
Did
got.
you read all of them?
No, I'm on the red signal.
Oh, sounds good. Intriguing.
Yeah,
Wonder what they're signaling.
it's kind of scary.
Well, she was a spooky writer, right?
I thought she was more like
Well, it was more mysteries.
mysteries
Yeah,
than
yeah,
horror, but this one's
yeah.
like there's like a seance going on.
My favorite Agatha Christie story, of course, is Ten Little N Words.
What's that? What's that?
Well,
I don't know those.
you don't know that one?
No, I've never heard that.
It was adapted into first 10 little Indians, and then there were none.
Okay,
All right. The movie versions are called And Then There Were None, but the original publishing of it was 10 Little N Words.
this is a real thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought you were like making a joke or something.
No, no. Why would I joke about
I don't know. You do that sometimes.
that?
One time I said in a Survivor challenge, I was like, and then the diggers do this, and you were like, what? You tried to like get me. You tried to like bust me for something.
That's funny. That's a
That
good
is
joke.
crazy. Ten
Great
little
job,
inwards.
D Train, in hindsight.
Very funny. Yeah.
All right. So you see how my face is breaking out from this terrible food? It's
Maybe
and
it's
the
the pills
probably
they're
the
giving
medicine
you.
too. Yeah. All right. Anyway, um, what are we talking about? Oh, right,
Probably
right.
the
So
movie
this blonde
Emotep.
guy, this
Oh
blonde,
yeah,
the mummy wakes up, and the dude just starts laughing.
yeah. That was kind of funny. He was just in
And
shock, I think.
yeah, he laughs in shock, and like that's what they say. Like, he never stopped laughing. Like
I
they
like
put him
that.
in a fucking mental. I liked it too, like in theory in the script, but this dude was so bad.
It was better than the guy from the next movie, Babe.
No, he wasn't.
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
When he started laughing, I was like, it did not register to me as shock. I was just like, what is this?
I
What am
think
I
I might have
watching?
felt similarly, but I liked
Yeah.
where they were going, so I got over it.
All
But
right.
that's
All right.
fair.
So then it's like years later or something.
Yeah, the
Uh,
guy comes back as a real guy.
right. Amon,
Mummy.
what's his name?
Amon Ra St. Brown. No, but his name was
St.
like
Brown.
Amon. That's a football player. I think
Oh,
his name was Amon Ra, though. That's why I
it
thought of a football
was
player.
no, it was Ardath Bay.
Oh yeah, who's Amon Ra?
Maybe you're thinking of Anaxanehem.
The Book of Amon Ra.
Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of Egyptian shit in this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, um, in the next movie, they're like marching at one point, and they do the thing, walk like an
Oh really?
Egyptian. Yeah, and I was like, man, that's from all the way back then. I,
I don't think
I
I caught
thought like
that.
the Bangles came up with that.
Well, if it's it's like an old, it's like from before the 20s.
But I don't think like all the Egyptian shit in this movie is bullshit. It like
Yeah.
it holds no resemblance to actual
I
Egyptian
actually don't know.
history.
I just take this for what like this is real.
No, like it got some backlash at the time. Like
Hmm.
Egypt is just like a bunch of Islamic people.
Were they going to the movie? Did it
The
release
Islamic
there?
people?
Yeah,
Oh, I doubt it. It was probably mostly in America, maybe the UK.
that'd be cool though. Yeah, but his name was Ardeth Bay because I think that's his name in the real one too.
You know what would be
The
cool?
Summers
Would
one.
it be possible to like project the movie on the side of a pyramid? You go
That's
to
a
like
great idea.
Egypt and you can like watch Stephen Summers' The Mummy on the side of a pyramid
Yes,
projected.
yes, I do think so. Be
That's
kind
such a
of
good
hard
idea.
though because it'd be
I should be on the Egyptian tourist board.
one like it would be like at an angle on the thing, and two
Yeah,
it'd be like
I
you wouldn't be able
wonder
to get
about
the
that.
corners because it'd be like a
That's right.
triangle.
I I don't know.
But imagine watching the Star Wars scroll on the pyramid because it's
Oh,
already
perfect,
slanted, but then you're
perfect.
getting an even more slanted thing.
Yeah.
That would
What's
be
the
nuts.
most Egyptian Star Wars movie?
Probably
Rogue
the
One?
Phantom Menace. Uh,
I
maybe
feel like
Rogue
Rogue
One.
One's got some mysticism in it.
Maybe Rogue One.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
But that
All
there's no scroll on that one though. I don't think.
Oh, I think you're right.
I don't think for that or Solo they did the scroll.
Full title, please.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Thank
You
you.
didn't
Thank
do it
you.
either though. You said Rogue
Oh, I
One.
guess you're right. Um, all right.
Ardeth
So
Bay.
Ardath Bey, he like directs these guys. Hey, why don't you dig this up over here? It's a Noxonemon, and so they do, and
Whoa.
weird shit starts happening. There's this girl who they think is uh, like a reborn Noxonemon,
Right.
and
Rachel Weisz.
I guess. And immediately, I mean, Ardath Bey already is like, I'm gonna make this girl my lover for life,
Hmm.
forever.
Hmm.
And but then the son of the original guy that found the mummy also falls in love with her immediately. She's like
Like
lying on a
Indiana Jones,
yeah.
him and his dad.
She passes out in front of a museum, so they bring her back to their house instead of a hospital. I don't know why. And uh,
Hmm.
and so the guy's like, he gets right up in her grill. Like she just woke up from passing out and waking up in a strange house, and he sidles up, sits on the couch with her. I would sit on the adjacent chair.
Right. Talk at her from a
Sits on the
distance,
couch
make her
with
feel
her.
safe.
Right. And it's just like, listen, I know this is crazy, but I'm in love with you.
Yeah. How do you
And
break that news to them gently, though? That's kind of scary news to, even from
well,
across the couch, to
you
say,
can't.
by the way, I'm in love with you.
I think the move is you like tend to her, right? And then when she's leaving, you say, listen, I'd love to see you again.
Oh, so
You know, like,
don't yet reveal the
can I
love.
take you to dinner tomorrow? And
Then
then you
say you
like
love her.
wait a few weeks
Oh, okay. Okay.
at least.
I like this strategy. Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
love bomb them. I'm watching Love Island. You watching Love Island or what?
No.
Oh shit. You got to get them to play that. That could be an every night thing in there. Every night except for Wednesdays. You could be watching Love Island.
Yeah.
But the big thing on that season is this there's this one guy who keeps love bombing people.
That's a thing. That really is a thing. I've seen dudes do it. I
Yeah.
probably used to do it as when I was a younger man.
Yeah. And so you're accusing this guy of doing that. He just saw her the one time, loved her, and was like, sits on her bed. I tells her he loves
Yeah,
her.
he love bombs her instantly.
Should have waited.
Yeah. And so she's got to decide, do I want to be with this handsome guy who love bombs me, or do I want to be with this old freak who's the mummy?
It's tough. She
Yeah,
doesn't know he's
it's
the mommy, does she?
no, but I mean, he looks insane.
Oh
He
my,
doesn't look like a normal
he looks
man.
like Boris Karloff.
No, he doesn't. He's got plenty of makeup on, even in those scenes.
Oh, okay. I thought he looked
I,
handsome though. He could woo me.
I don't know about it. To me, I say you go with choice C. Anybody else?
They didn't think like that back then. When they feel like they're like on a clock. you know?
Yeah, it's true.
I
You'd
got
be
two
like
options.
20 years old and like gentlemen suitors start coming up to you like, hey,
I'm
and then
already
you have to,
20. I should have been married for three
yeah,
years
you
already.
gotta pick one of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
true. There's still girls like that. I remember I went on a date with this girl once, and she was like, "Listen, all cards on the table. I plan on being married within the next year. Are you that guy?" And I was just like, "No,
yeah.
straight up. You are pretty. I
But you cut out for a
but
second.
no,
That's
no,
why I'm not with like the one person I thought I would ever be with. Is like I'm not about to do all that right now. And she was married twice by the time she was like 24. I was like, I'm
yeah,
not.
that's insane."
Yeah, I was like, I'm not about that life.
I had a dream in here in rehab
You
that
drinking a
I,
lot in there?
yeah, and I dreamt that I impregnated somebody
Oh my
and we
God.
had a baby together. And then I woke up the next morning and I felt kind of bad that it was a dream. I was like, oh, that baby doesn't exist.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's a crazy reaction to have.
isn't that isn't that weird?
That is
I
weird.
sort of
Why'd you
mourned the
feel that way?
baby. I don't know, but like I woke up and I like burst into tears. It was crazy.
A real sobering thought. Maybe you
Hmm?
want to be a father.
No, but maybe I thought I did for like 1 second.
You don't think you'll ever do that? Maybe when you're 45. That's like 7 years from now.
Who am I going pregnant?
That's a lot of time. 6, 7 years from now.
Yes.
Who knows what could happen? Especially if you
Uh,
were like if you made it a goal of yours, you were like if you were looking.
uh, yeah, I could be like that girl, like straight up first date, cards on the table. I want to make you pregnant.
I mean, some people get serious about that, and that's admirable when they're honest about it. But I think what scared you was you were so young and people were doing that. But when people are honest about it, I think that's nice. She was just way young to be having that thought. But I
Uh,
admire her for her honesty.
we were like 30 already.
Oh shit. Never mind.
um. Anyway, what else happens in this movie you want to talk about?
Honestly, not that much. It's pretty straightforward. He gets them to resurrect the that lady that he wanted resurrect. First of all, the plots of the movies are very similar. The man gets turned into a mummy both times because he gets busted trying to like resurrect a woman. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like every time they turn him in, I feel like that scene was the exact same in both movies. They're
it
like,
was.
oh,
In
okay.
the original, it's a great shot. It's maybe the scariest shot in the movie when they're like wrapping him up in the mummy tape,
Hmm. I
and they
liked when
like
he was
cover
getting undone though, and his
his
hand was like,
mouth.
shh, like,
Oh yeah, I like that too. But no, his mouth gets covered and then his eyes and you could tell it's Karloff too. Like
mhm.
they're not, it's not like a stunt rapper. And
Like who? 50 Cent?
yep. And but in the second movie, they just use shots from that. You could tell it's Boris Karloff in the second movie too, even though Boris Karloff isn't in the movie.
That's funny. And
Yeah.
but the shots where they like buried him and they were like, and then we had to kill all the witnesses. That was like the exact same as the first movie. And when they were like walking up the hill, all that was very similar. When he's like, it looked like he was like looking into the Harry Potter pensive
Yeah, they
little
used
device.
that twice. I thought that was a cool shot in the first movie.
All that
And
was like the same to me.
yeah, yeah. They do the same thing in this. It's not even as good a shot. It's like it's 8 years
Damn.
later. You can get this shot as good as back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
All
Star
right.
Wars technology, how it gets worse as it goes on, but it's like, why would it get worse? It's
Yeah.
the future.
Um, what do you give it?
I give it a 3. I mean, why would I go
Okay.
higher or lower?
Then there's no reason.
There's really no reason. I couldn't think of one.
Yeah.
I don't know who the
Three.
LVP would be.
The laughing guy.
Who even was he?
I don't know.
Oh,
Just like
one of the Wimples, either
I don't.
Frank Wimple or Sir Joseph Wimple. Didn't you say it was a father and son team?
No, no, there was a third guy on the team with the father and son, and that's who this guy was.
E- Either Dr. Muller or Ralph Norton. I would say Ralph Norton. I don't think a doctor would be like that not professional, right? That seems like
Yeah,
just
that's exactly who it is. Yeah. All right.
wow.
Bramwell Fletcher, I guess,
Yep.
is the guy. All right.
hmm LVP to you. And the MVP for me, I wanted to go the woman, but I think I would have to go Boris Karloff. That seems silly to not go Boris Karloff.
I agree. We could go with the lady in the next one, but we got Boris Karloff here. He's going through
Yes.
all that makeup,
Yes.
hours on end. I mean, that's valuable.
Supremely valuable.
Yeah. All right. Next movie. Um, they wait 8 years to make it, but what had happened was Universal had put out Son of Frankenstein and The Invisible Man Returns,
Okay. Are there
and
any
those
Wolfmans
I think that happened later,
or the
like the first
Swamp Thing?
Wolfman's in the 40s.
Okay.
Swamp Thing.
Isn't that a guy? Or
Yeah.
no, the invisible the Black Lagoon monster.
Oh, that's not till the 50s.
Oh shit. Okay. 50s.
Yeah. All right, but those did well. So then they were like, well, "Hey, why not try another mummy movie? Let's do that." Uh, so they did. They got Griffin J. He did the story and wrote a draft of the screenplay, and then they got this dude Maxwell Shane to rewrite it. The movie's directed by Christy Caban. And I got all
I
excited when I saw that name. I was like, wow, a woman
I had the
director
same thought.
in 1940. That's incredibly rare, you
Yep.
know? But then I looked up, it's just a dude named Christy.
I think his middle name.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. He went by his middle name.
Yeah.
And he got his start as D.W. Griffith's assistant.
Who is that? I've heard of that person.
He's a dude that directed such racist movies as The Birth of a Nation and Intolerance.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Um, all right.
And 10 Little Inwards.
You
Another
would have
film
done
by
great.
him.
Yeah. This had a smaller budget of $84,000, and
Okay.
that's why they had to like reuse shots from the first one. And the top three movies this year at the box office. Number one was called Boomtown. That was like uh, I don't know. It had one of those stars of the day.
Okay.
I don't remember which one. Number two was The Great Dictator, the Charlie Chaplin movie, and number
hmm
three was Alfred Hitchcock's Rebecca.
Okay. Is that a good one?
Yeah, oh, that won Best Picture.
Whoa. How many of those does he have?
I think maybe just that one.
That makes sense. Why would he have a lot of best pictures?
Yeah,
Makes a lot of like suspense movies. Those aren't
yeah, a lot of
really,
genre films which were looked down upon back then.
yeah, it's bullshit.
It was bullshit. He'd be making bank now, man. We love that shit.
Yeah. I mean, people talk about that, but there were actually like people in horror performances and stuff were getting nominated in the past. I think like wasn't Sigourney Weaver nominated for like Alien or Aliens or something?
Not for an Oscar,
I think she was.
maybe a Golden Globe. I highly doubt that.
Oh, I thought that was like a fun fact I knew.
Maybe it is. Let's find out.
Well, you keep talking about what you need to talk to. I'll look it up.
I got it right here. Sigourney
Oh,
Weaver's been nominated for three Oscars. Oh, one of them was for Aliens, the second Aliens.
hell yeah.
Yeah. And then she was nominated for Working Girl and Gorillas in the Mist.
Okay.
Wow. And that was the same year.
Yeah.
She was
88
supporting for Working. That was the year of Sigourney, but she lost both of them.
is like Jamie Foxx. He had Ray and Collateral,
Yeah, but he
both
won for
2000.
Ray.
Oh yeah, he did win one of them, but he was
Yeah.
nominated in two separate
That's right,
categories.
guys. Jamie Foxx has an Oscar.
You might hate him
I'll remember that.
more than most people.
It
I don't think
really?
I think you're definitely more down on him than others, right?
I,
Even
I
in
don't.
Baby Driver, you were like, he's not that good. But that's one of my favorite uh
I
like
mean,
top five roles
he's
for
good
him.
in Collateral,
Great in Collateral. I like
but I can't.
the Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, but he's, that's his stock and trade. Like that's his like stand-up character he's basically doing.
He does stand up.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx got his start
I
as a
know he's a
stand-up
singer.
comedian. No, no,
I didn't know he
he
was a.
got his start as a stand-up comedian. Then he parlayed that into a sitcom, The Jamie Foxx Show, and
Okay.
then he parlayed that into movies.
When did he sing? I thought Jamie Foxx was a singer.
Really, it was only when he sung his part for Ray, and he got a lot of notice for that, that they were like, well, let's let him sing too.
Interesting. Who am I confusing him with? Tyrese? No way.
Could be.
No
Sweet
way.
lady, oh, won't you be my sweet love for a lifetime? That's a great Tyrese song.
I know. One time I edited
I'll be
in
there
you and
when you
him
need me.
harmonizing together.
Really?
I don't know what
Oh,
episode,
Logan, you're
but
so good.
there's a great episode with you and him.
All right. But we should end this one with
You know what it
with
is?
what?
Christmas Chronicles. Didn't he come in as the husband in Christmas Cronies
Did
too?
he?
I want to say.
Christmas cronies.
I think he did come in for part two, and you did that.
All right. Wow.
Hmm.
Good job. I'd love
Good
I'd love
job,
to,
you.
maybe on my deathbed I'll go back, I'll listen to every episode of the franchise.
This episode's all about you forgetting great bits you did, and then telling yourself in the past
That's
how
right.
good a
That's right.
job you did.
Diggers. That was good. All right. So here, this movie. Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah.
First
You think they were
off,
like the mummy's foot, the mummy's elbow?
well, I
No.
thought that yeah, this one's the mummy's hand,
Hmm.
and I think they really should have continued in this vein.
Yeah. The
The
mummy's
mummy's ankle.
eyelashes.
Yeah,
Yeah. The mummy's
do it.
nose.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say they
You
don't?
got any more body parts?
I mean, a million, but I don't want to just sit here and do it.
See, then you could do the porno version of the mummy's dick.
The mummy's dick.
Yeah.
Does the mummy have a dick? Do you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's probably decrepit, but
Yeah, it's just
it's
been
there. It probably
bandaged down for
smells
so long.
terrible.
Oh, the funguses growing out of it. It's a horrible thought.
Yeah.
What are the other ones called?
Fungi, by the way, is the plural of
Yeah,
fungus.
that was very stupid. The mummy's tomb is one, right?
Yeah, yeah. What are we
Little,
covering next week? Do we know?
I'm sure we could figure it out. Well, but I don't know.
Here, it's the mummy's tomb and the mummy's ghost.
Ooh, the mummy's
That's
ghost.
intriguing, right?
That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. You think instead of bandages, he's got like a sheet.
That would be so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
His eyes cut out, but you can see the bandages under the eye
Oh,
holes
that's
and
hilarious.
his little bandaged feet poking out.
Yeah, yeah.
Lon
Um,
Chaney directed. He's a guy I've heard of. Lon Chaney Jr. He directs
yeah.
Tomb, Ghost, and Curse, which is
Wow.
the next one
We're gonna really get into the oeuvre
of
of
yeah,
Lon Chaney Jr.,
yeah.
Lon Chaney Senior's son.
Oh, he was an actor on Of Mice and Men on stage.
Wow. Who'd he play? George
Oh,
or
okay, I know
Len?
this guy because he played the Wolf Man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I knew that too. That's good call.
Okay, that's cool.
All right.
We'll get into Chaney next week, though. Sorry.
Yeah. Um, talk about Dick Cheney too. While we're at it.
Maybe we can do that.
He invented, he had a company called Halliburton.
No way.
And yeah, yeah, and he,
That's
hurt
very
his
cool.
Achilles last night.
Oh,
Um, so
we're gonna watch Vice. Is that touched on in Vice? The
probably
Adam
it might
McKay
be, it might
movie?
be.
I
I
don't
don't
remember.
know. All right. I forgot about Vice. I forget about every Adam McKay movie. Every time one comes up, I'm like, oh yeah, Don't
Not
Look
Step
Up.
Brothers.
Remember that?
Step Brothers was good.
No, no, no. I know the early ones, the comedies. I
Yeah.
remember them. But
I just listened to the Blank Check on Doctor
the other
Strangelove.
guys, that's a movie Jamie Foxx is bad in.
That's Adam McKay too.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is in that. Is he at the
Yeah,
beginning with The Rock?
yeah, 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 at the beginning.
That's Sam Jackson.
No, but he's in that, isn't he?
I'm not so sure about that. I
Am
know
I
that
being
the two
racist?
cops at the beginning are Samuel L. Jackson and The Rock, right? They jump off the roof at the beginning.
Yeah, I love that shot.
I don't remember if he could be in it. He's in. I
Maybe
don't know.
he's like their boss, like maybe like the chief.
Why is he not in
like
the
Ice
rest though?
Cube is in 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but anyway,
Yeah. So how does this one start?
like the same as the last one. There's like a guy in love with a woman who's dead, and he wants to go resurrect her from the tomb, but
He's
then
not in
he,
that. I think I was thinking of Horrible Bosses.
oh yeah, is he one of the horrible bosses? It's him, Colin
Um,
Farrell,
no, I think
Kevin.
he's like a dude they hire to kill the bosses.
Oh shit, Hitman. I never seen the
Yeah,
horrible bosses. I don't think.
I've seen the first one.
Kevin
And
Spacey. Who else?
Jennifer Aniston.
Is she one of the bosses?
Yeah, I think she's one of the bosses.
And then it's like Charlie Day.
Yeah, Sudeikis maybe.
Yeah, and somebody else. God damn it! I wish I knew. We could do that. They made a sequel.
They did.
I think only
Here,
one.
I got this pulled up. Horrible bosses.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jason Bateman is the other guy.
So Jason Bate. They got both the Jasons, and then Charlie
Yeah, and
Day,
then Charlie Day, and then the bosses.
Spacey, Colin Farrell, Jennifer Aniston. Right?
Great job.
Yeah.
Great job.
And we'll. I
All
don't
right.
want to spoil us for number two.
You. I mean, nor do I.
No.
So
He tries to like resurrect this girl that he loves. He gets busted. They bury him instead, kill
right.
him. And there's something with like three flowers or something, and
These
you
leaves, they're Tanis
leaves.
leaves or something. There's a whole bucket of leaves, and we'll take a few out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So then there's this like we're being told this story by like this old man that
Tana
is
leaves. They call
all
him.
right, and the old man's telling it to this dude who's going to be his successor.
Right.
Okay, and a successor of what? I don't know. But he the it's I always get interested when I see an old man in a movie this old because I'm like,
Okay.
what? Did this guy have slaves?
Why would he have slaves?
Yeah, I'm just saying he's
Oh,
that
did
he's
he have?
yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. He's like 88 years old or something in 1940.
Right.
Like, did this fucker have slaves?
Yeah.
Or at least indentured servants during the Reconstruction?
It's a fair thought to have. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I wonder, like, did his mom vote for Lincoln? Wait, his mom couldn't have voted back then. Did his dad vote for Lincoln?
Can I say something?
What?
One time my grandpa um pulled out whips that he had from his attic, and I was like, why do you have whips in your attic? And I wondered if my like grandpa like took part in slavery or something.
I mean, he
Or
wouldn't have been alive back then,
maybe his father.
but maybe like he had like
I don't want to ask too many questions.
there were still people that they had to hire him, but like picking cotton down there in the South,
Yeah.
probably when your grandpa was a kid,
And then he went out there as a 10-year-old with
whipped
his
them.
whip.
Yeah.
Fucking horrible.
Stop
I, I
singing.
I remember like when I saw that as like a 10-year-old.
Stop singing slow, so long, sweet chariot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get back to picking.
Horrible.
Yeah, I know. I just realized I was yelling this like out here.
Mm.
Yeah,
They're like, what is he doing?
yeah.
He's on at his clan meeting, virtual clan meeting.
Yeah, it's my Zoom clan meeting.
You think they were doing that during COVID?
Yes, honestly,
Zoom clan
yes,
meetings?
absolutely.
Was like the internet just like FBI just watching over the internet? They were just
Maybe.
watching this
I don't
go
know. Maybe,
down.
I guess like the dudes in the clan, they're the type that were like, it's the China virus isn't real.
Yeah, oh, they were just still meeting, you think?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah, they
Just
might.
giving
I don't
each
think they know
other
how to work
COVID.
technology either.
Probably a lot of clan members got wiped out during COVID, being in close proximity. Although they were wearing masks.
Right. They're always, but they don't wear that in public. That's like their
Well, they were
superhero
at the meetings
identity.
though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. When they were around other people,
Yeah, when they were in a cluster.
yeah,
Mhm.
a clan cluster.
With a K.
Okay.
uh, all right. So, the old man he finishes the story.
Who's the old
He's
man? Which one was he?
I don't know. And then he's like, and now you'll be my successor. And he sits down on this throne and he goes, I've chosen my successor.
And he died.
Yeah, it's a real Shmi Skywalker moment.
That's
And he
fair. I
just
knew you were gonna say
immediately
that when you
dies.
said that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Um,
I thought this guy, I meant to look up the guy from the Summers movies name. George Zuko, though, looks just like the guy that they get for the future Mummy movies. Do you know who that actor is?
I don't Arnold Vosloo.
Yes, you're always come through with that guy's name.
Thank
George
you.
Zuko looks just like Arnold Vosloo. It's amazing. I don't know if they cast Vosloo because
Maybe
he
he was
looks just like him.
resurrected.
It's possible. I was
Yeah.
pretty blown away by that. By the way,
Um,
Ardith Bay from the last movie was like the bad guy or whatever. When he came back, that was like his human name. They used that name. I thought they used it as the bad guy's name for the Summers movies, but it's Oded Fair. Do you remember that actor?
yeah.
It's his character's name. He plays Ardith Bay in the
Well,
future
the thing about
movies.
Oded Fair is he's one of the least memorable actors ever. So I can't tell you what he does in those
Disagree.
movies.
I'll
Whoa, an Oded Fair fan over here.
in those movies, I thought he was the coolest. He was my Billy from the
Yeah.
Mummy. I had Billy and I had Oded Fair from the Mummy, who apparently is Ardith Bay.
Okay.
Yeah,
You see him as Ardith Bay.
that's
BAE.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Do you know
All
what
right.
Bay means?
I used to.
I never knew. It made me not like it when I thought it was just like babe, but without the
No, it's
B.
like it stands for something.
And when I learned that it stood for something, I wished it didn't exist. Like I wish people would stop using it. But it stands for before anyone else. How lame is
Sounds culty.
that? Bay before anyone else. I could be wrong about that, but I remember like learning that and feeling nauseous
Yeah.
for the world.
All right. So what happens in this movie?
It's like the same shit. There's a princess Ananka, and there was this guy Karis who tried
Did you
to
think
like
about Anyanka?
what is Anyanka? What is Anyanka? Yes, they did say Ananka, and I was like, what is that? That's something. Anyanka
Yeah.
for Anya. Damn, good job. Yeah, we try to get her alive with these leaves, Tana leaves, but then we end up dying ourselves. They cut his tongue out and kill him, Karis. And then we meet these two guys,
Oh yeah. I love these guys.
Steve and Babe, your MVP,
Yeah.
possibly.
Steve and Babe, they're just like chilling out in Egypt. Steve had gotten a job with a museum out there. He's like an archivist, and he recently lost his job. Babe, as far as I can find out, is just his friend. He like found out his friend got a job in Egypt, and he was like, "I'll move to Egypt with you.
Yeah, he seemed like
Let's
a
do it."
henchman, like just like a.
Yeah,
He seemed like Van Helsing's like sidekick who carries around his weapons for
he
him.
was just a pal. Good
Yeah,
guy,
nice guy.
Babe. And so they're in the market. I don't know why they're at this market because they keep saying they only have like $150, and it's like then stop spending it at this market. I mean,
Fair.
literally, like they stop in the market for like 2 seconds. Uh, Babe buys a little dancing figurine that he names Poopsie after a girl he was fucking back in Brooklyn,
Oh, I hated that little
and
thing.
and I liked it. And then the other dude, he like finds a pot like that's missing a part, and he's like, "This is an amazing relic,"
Right.
and and he's gonna bring it to the fucking museum. So he does, and then at the museum, they're like, "No, this is a fucking fake," but the guy knows it's not.
Yeah, just wants to
All
take it for
right,
himself.
that's right, that's right. And
Was he Solvani, Mr. Solvani?
no, Mr. Silvani was the magician that they meet at the bar.
Oh, maybe he did the high priest.
He's the dude from the beginning that like
George
the whole
Zuko and
band
Oheb?
bequeaths his
I never
job
know
to.
who's who, honestly. And they all look the same.
Here's why you couldn't tell in that scene. It's the only scene in the movie he's not wearing that little hat.
Okay, that's no, I think that is Endoheb, George Zuko.
Okay, yeah. Um,
I don't know, honestly.
it doesn't matter.
It does to me. I'm trying to get it straight.
We don't need to know these people's names. They're long dead.
But I want to remember about when I'm thinking about the movie. I want a name to a face.
I just remember the character.
I like to try to learn something.
All right. Well, that's true. You're reading now. Um, so they what they go to a bar
The
and
cantina.
yeah, the babe is something of a magician.
Yeah,
So he's trying to do close-up magic, but he's trying to do it to an actual magician. And then that
that's so
magician
funny.
overrides his magic and turns the trick around on him. All right.
Did you
Part
hate
two.
that as a hater of magic?
Well, I understand it more when I'm watching shit from this era because there's nothing else to do.
Oh, you might as well turn to magic
Yeah,
as
yeah.
your hobby.
It's like once TV came out, like why are we still doing
No
close-up magic?
excuse for you doing magic anymore. That's fair. Not,
um,
but the radio, when it was just the radio, you could be doing magic.
yeah, like what am I gonna sit and listen to the radio all day? I mean, I guess that's what people do with podcasts.
It is.
Yeah.
But they didn't have us on the radio back then
That's right.
making
Nothing.
great
This
quips.
we were just doing fireside chats, right, with the
Yeah.
president,
And like giving
President
relationship
Roosevelt.
advice.
Is that what we were doing?
I don't know.
Loveline was on back in the 40s.
Oh, not in the 40s, but I feel like in the 60s it was all about relationship advice
I feel
on
like
the
it was more
radio.
like radio dramas. Like that's how they'd present Batman to you. Was you'd like listen to people and just
Really?
like, yeah, yeah, and be like, "Hi, I'm Batman."
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, you can go back and like buy all those on like CD.
I would not do that, but that's kind of
Okay.
cool.
Um, all right, what else we got? It doesn't matter. So the magician funds a trip into the desert so he can because the pot was like a map to a place where he can find further riches.
Right. And his
Yeah, yeah.
daughter is the one that's the woman of the film. Her name
Right.
is Marta.
She's cute. She's got nice dimples.
She did.
Um um one of them falls in love with her, right?
Yeah, that Steve Banning, the
Steve.
main
Yeah,
lead
he's
guy.
he's the lead guy. The other guy's the comic relief. You know,
Abe.
you're not gonna have like John Carroll from the is that dude's name from the Mummy movies, the Stephen Summers ones? The comic relief, that British
I
dude.
think it's John Hannah.
Oh, John Hannah. I'm John Carroll.
Who's
That's just the
John
dude from.
Carroll?
He's the guy from Survivor Marquesas that peed on Kathy Pan.
Oh, of course. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
thinking of John Cryer from Two and a Half Men, I think.
Sure, sure.
My bad.
Ducky. Um,
Exactly. Exactly.
so
Something
fuck it.
Hannah. What's his name?
Yeah, I think that's it, John Hannah. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
they
yeah.
go out into the desert. The girl's mad at the dad for funding the expedition, but you know what? It all works out. They find a lot of riches.
They do. And she got a new boyfriend. I think they
Yeah.
end up together.
So like, what? Way to complain over nothing,
That's how well
you
you complain about
nagger.
things and then what'd you say? You complain about things, but then you get over it and adapt to them.
Yeah, I guess so. And she did. She adapted by being rich and getting laid.
Exactly. Shout out to her.
Hmm.
And I
Comes
think she's the
out.
MVP of the movie too.
I agree. She's charming.
Peggy Moran was the actor.
Okay.
Seems like somebody I've heard of, honestly. Peggy Moran.
Who's the LVP?
I you're not gonna like it. I was watching it
You're going
thinking it
with
was
Babe?
Babe.
That is insane to me.
What do you get? What's your counter? What do you got?
Listen, it's not Babe. It's not the main guy. It's not the magician, and it's not the girl. All right. So it's got to be somebody else. I think I got to go with the guy with the hat.
He he's either the high priest or Andoheb.
You
And
know what the problem with him was? Like the dude who died and like bequeathed him his job had this like air of mysticism about him, like he was really important and shit. And then
yeah.
he was like, "Well, I finally found my heir," and it's just this like chubby
Oh.
dude who like really didn't have anything going.
Okay. I remember what happened. the high priest gave Andoheb that role. So you didn't like Andoheb, who was the guy I liked because he looked like the guy from the Stephen Summers mummy.
I
I was
don't
just
know.
he looks I was just taken with him because he looked like that guy. So I
All
can't go him. I'll go the original high priest, Edward
right,
Chinelli.
great.
Eduardo Chinelli, sorry.
Ooh, add a little flair to it.
Yeah.
And what do you give this one? Like a two or something?
Two or something. I don't know because I don't want to go two. It's shorter than the other one. It's like less than the movie, but I found it scarier than the first one, honestly. Some of the
Oh,
kills,
it was so much more boring than the last one, though. Like
that's fair.
even though it's like 5 minutes shorter, it felt longer to watch to me.
We don't get mummy stuff for like an hour. I feel like,
I know.
or not an hour
Yeah,
because the movie's
no,
only an hour long.
no, you're totally right though. Like literally like 55 minutes.
It's like the last 10 minutes is mummy
Yeah,
stuff or 15
yeah.
minutes. Whereas the other movie, the mummy comes out in the first 10 minutes and that guy's laughing. So that one's better. I kind of want to go, I'll go two. I'll go two.
All right, all right. So yeah, next week on the show, the mummy's tomb and the mummy's ghost.
That's
All
right.
right. Mummy's tomb coming in at a trim of 61 minutes. Mummy and the mummy's ghost 60 minutes. They couldn't even get the extra one.
What is that the rule? It has to be 60 minutes.
I don't, that doesn't feel like a movie to me. Like I always remember Dumbo was an hour and 6 minutes. That was always my marker. Like that's a movie.
How long?
But like these an hour and 6 minutes.
Okay.
But these are even shorter.
Right. For a while, I think like Toy Story was the longest movie I saw or shortest movie I saw, but that's kind of long. That's like an hour
80
eight.
minutes or something.
Yeah, it's like an hour, like 18 minutes, an hour, 20 minutes or something. And
Yeah.
that's like way long compared to these. These are
Yeah.
sort of crazy. I remember when I asked you about Jim Jarmusch, I have Stranger Than Paradise, and you said that was his first movie, but he has Permanent Vacation. Is that not his first movie?
I
Because
forgot
that's
about
like
that.
80 something
You're right. You're
minutes.
right. Yeah, that's his first movie.
Okay, so start there.
Stranger Than Paradise was the one that like brought him to festivals and shit. Like it was like people discovered Permanent Vacation in hindsight after Stranger Than Paradise hit.
Yeah, it's like his those M Night movies
You
before
know
the
what it
Sixth
is?
Sense.
It's like how Richard Linklater has Slacker, but there's that one before that called like It's Impossible to Learn How to Plow by Reading Books.
Oh yeah, I still haven't read that or watched
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's you know.
That's why I'm reading books. I'm trying to learn how to plow. You
Yeah.
saying I can't even learn how to
Yeah,
plow?
no, you're
I'm
fucked.
quitting. I'm not. I'm done with that.
All right. So that's what's coming next week. Later in the week, I think Friday we'll be doing Buffy's Angels,
Is that the plan?
and I guess we could do it Thursday if you want.
I honestly thought we were gonna do. I listen. Have you watched Survivor?
No,
You haven't watched any of the next three episodes? Okay,
no.
because I already have the notes on that. I was like, we can just go on that if you want. Um, okay,
If
okay.
you want, we could do.
I also
Uh,
have top 25 pilots. Like I've listed them. I
oh
was
my
ready to go
God.
Monday.
Yeah,
Literally,
I
I
know.
sent you
I
an invite. I
know.
was ready to go Monday.
I know. I'm so sorry.
So if you
Um,
want to do that at some point, we can.
well, I would like to, but maybe let's do Survivor on Friday and Buffy on Wednesday. This seemed to work.
Yeah, we okay. So that's the plan. Angel, don't say Buffy on Wednesday. You like make my heart like drop a little bit.
Buffy's Angels.
That'll be Wednesday and then top 25 or survivors on Friday.
We'll do Survivor on Friday. Maybe we'll find the time for top 25 the following week.
Okay.
Um, so
And we'll do a ham watching here sometime next week, probably.
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
It's why we fight and smile time. In case you're watching along with Buffy's Angels.
Tim said
Um,
he really liked one of them. I think Smile Time.
smile time is some people's. It's a divisive episode, but some people count it in their like top five.
You think I like it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, all right. Talk to you later, gang. I got 15 minutes to get breakfast. Then they're gonna close the
Oh my
cafeteria on me.
goodness. All
Yeah.
right, everybody, wish Daniel some good luck. Hope you get some strawberry pancakes.
It's not gonna be good.